Ladies, gentlemen, and non-binary beings, welcome to another fantastic episode of Cosmic Crit. My name is Miles, but you may better know me as my current player character, Wynn of the Hexen Way. As I'm recording this intro, we are about to kick off CritterCon 2. The fact that we had a CritterCon 1 still kind of blows my mind, let alone a sequel. But I did want to take a pause to thank everyone who played with us, who watched us, who listened to us, and especially everyone who donated to the boon drawings, the rerolls, the critical hits, or if you just donated to Doctors Without Borders in general. I know it means the world to myself and to my crew, and I guarantee you it means the world to everyone who's benefiting from this fantastic charity. Just a reminder, you have just a few days left for the April Fan Challenge. So if you want to get your bumfuzzle trick attack in, and you're not sure how, you can go on to CosmicCrit.com and find out all about that there. And don't forget, we just released our first episode of Cosmic Crit Bloopers to our Patreon subscribers. It's live and up on the Patreon campaign, and if you haven't joined our Patreon yet, you can go on to patreon.com and look up Cosmic Crit, and there we are, donate it, and you can also hear these pretty hilarious bloopers, for some of our not so amazing moments that Patrick has kept up with. So without further ado, I would like to introduce this week's episode, A Hobgar Named Desire.
Episode commencing in 3, 2, 1. Episode initiated.
I can't get no crit satisfaction when I'm running my Aslanti soldier, you know. I need to make a natural 20 rolling stones. Welcome back to Cosmic Crit, and like the stones, we gather no moss here as we rock back into another episode. This is Patrick, your pouty-lipped GM, hip-thrusting and rooster-walking all over the podcast stage. Joining me in painting this red door black are my 5 friends and your 5 beasts of burden. To my right, this War Ashoran is just a shot away. Just one shot away from death. It's Tyler playing Nikithi with his dronitis.
Hey, Patrick, happy to be here.
To his right, she comes in demonic colors in her hair. She combs her hair. She's a tiefling. It's Rebecca rocking Talara.
Hello, hello.
Across the digital table, it would take an entire stable of wild horses to pull this bear away from his honey. It's Miles with a win.
Good evening.
And to his right, real pleased to crit you. Hope you guessed my name. It's Jabert bringing bumfuzzle. Hey. And finally, to my left, you can't always get the crits that you want, but if you try sometimes, you might just find you get the super hits that you need. It's Drew running with Kaz.
Man, I love the Beatles.
Oh boy.
Womp womp. I've heard you make this joke for like 5 years.
Yeah. And it sours with age.
Don't get funnier, I'll tell you that.
How are y'all doing? How's everyone doing tonight?
Pretty good.
Mm-hmm. We've taken a little break for some vacations and about to take another little break, but in between, we're recording a few episodes of Starfinder, having some fun here in season 2. Whenever we step away for any period of time, I feel like I forget every single rule that exists in Starfinder.
I especially forget what happened last time we played.
Oh, man. We were talking about it last night, getting ready. And I was like, I've completely blanked on the end of the episode. I don't know where we ended up. And it took me a while, but I remember... Kaz, Drew, you had the to be continued last week, right?
I sure did, didn't I?
I was hoping Drew might know what happened at the end of the episode because I remember we fought.
Well, that's why we do, this whole segment where we talk about what happened last time. So do you guys not want to mince any words? You want to just get right back into it?
Sure.
Okay, let's try to flex those gray muscle
voice of confidence
brain. See if we can remember what happened last time on Cosmic Crit.
We decided to look in the cemetery and wait for some patrols to come by so that we could thin the Aslanti ranks.
Wynn got his just desserts investigating the graveyard, dealing damage and death to Aslantean drones alike.
After chasing down and taking care of the fleeing Aslanti, the crew was attacked by airborne drones.
We laid a successful ambush for the Aslanti patrols, and I don't think they're going to be coming down this road no more.
During the fight, Idas took a really bad hit, so Nikithi had to pull her back for fear of losing.
Oh boy, just non-stop combat last time. I think it's my favorite joy in Starfinder when you guys are like, we're taking a 10-minute break, and I'm like, no, you're not. I know in my mind that you're going to get to like the 9-minute, 55-second mark and it's going to be like, roll for initiative.
I was definitely on edge when you said, oh, wait, you're not taking your break yet.
Yeah, what's that noise? You guys hear that? The drones in the distance? But you were able to take care of those drones without fail. I tried my best to get in close and have one just destroy Idas, but then that got it within range of Win, who natural 20 last week.
I really kind of got overconfident when I think you tried to shock Idas once. And it was like, she's immune, and I was like, "That's great! I can just send her out there, and she'll kick butt." And you're like, "Oh no!" The drone just plummets into her, and it's like, "Oh no!"
Oh yeah, slam attacks. Just about everything has a great slam attack as a backup.
I might have forgotten a little bit about that.
Yeah, I feel like this same patrol robot kind of schematic at level 1 you fought multiple times now in multiple incarnations. Yeah, they show up in those level 1 adventures very often. But yeah, that's what happened last time. Now, what are you guys doing now? I think Kaz said you're going to go off into the woods. Do you need to take another rest?
Yeah, I need to rest, and we need to hide these bodies and try to hide some of the drone stuff and drag it all out there.
Yeah, and Talara is going to help Nikithi with mending Idas, poor little Idas.
Yeah, Idas took a lot of damage. She has 1 hit point, so Nikithi, with Talara's help, needs to spend at least the better part of 2 hours mending taking care of her.
I mean, you are in a cemetery. Do you just want to leave the bodies here, or do you want to hide them in the woods?
I mean, I feel like cemeteries usually have bodies, I don't know,
Underground.
Yeah, typically you'd put them under the dirt.
Someone just walks by. It's like, I can't believe we forgot to bury those three.
And like,
I mean, I guess one could pad the ground like a dog would, getting a bone or something, and then just put them in a hole.
And usually, do you know that they're buried there? Like, I figure the next Islandi patrol is going to be kind of like, Karen, Jeff, what happened to you guys?
Oh no, naked people. Oh.
That's
We did take their stuff. I think we should. I agree. Hiding in the woods sounds like the better idea. It also helps feed local wildlife. So
Yeah, get in there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Feed me. I'm local wildlife.
Not local wildlife. No one's feeding you.
You are not local.
I am wildlife.
but he is wild. Right. So, same watches as you guys set up for sleeping overnight out in the woods.
Yes.
Sorry to interrupt. I've never used mending before. Do I need to roll 1d4 to determine how many hit points she gets, or?
Yeah. So I think it's 10 minutes, and each you can do it once per day on a creature or construct. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. So a couple
That's
points
2.
back.
Yeah.
Sweet.
That helps. That helps out.
Yeah, you can do that while you're just kind of walking along and maybe just having a hand on Idas the entire time.
Are we full resting overnight? Is that what I'm hearing?
Yes.
Awesome.
Yeah, so I mean, it was a pretty banner day for you guys. You fought the water elemental, retreated that morning, and then waited for hours into the afternoon to get this Aslanti patrol, and then had to fight the drones. So, I mean, I think you've earned it. You can do whatever you want if you want to get back to town now. It's getting late though at this point.
Oh no, Win needs a nappy nap
Already, and.
So with this, I get my spells back too, right?
Correct.
Well, it will take 24 hours, but I mean, if you just want to wait out there until the next morning, that's when the last time I believe you got your spells back. So that is up to you.
Well, that sounds like what we're doing, right?
Yes.
Isn't it nighttime? Yes.
Yep. So that's in about 13 hours, but that's about as long as you break up the shifts for anyway. So darkness descends out there in the forest. You hear the critters all around you. Once again, far off hobgars hooting into the night. Nothing really seems to bother you out here. Doesn't seem like, from anything you've seen, there are, large creatures or predators, at least in this part of Nakondis. So it is uninterrupted. Nikithi can get Itis back up to full. Anything anybody else needs to do while you're resting up overnight?
I think Kaz, in his watch with Nikithi, makes a comment on, I hope that my performance in the last battle has put your mind at ease about where my loyalties lie.
Nikithi is, sitting down, and Itis is curled up in low power mode at his feet, and he's kind of, petting her, and he looks over and says, oh, haven't done the voice in a while. Oh, good. I do believe that you hold our loyalties best. I am just worried about what the Aslanti may have done to you in the time you used to be with them.
So Nikithi used to work in an Aslanti lab. That's what we saw a few weeks ago, right?
He mentioned to Kaz that he used to work for the Aeon Empire.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't say what he did specifically, but he did mention it.
Yeah, but you've seen all kinds of experiments run on their soldiers. They're all about building a better mousetrap, as it were, just making them faster, stronger, better in every way. Try to get an edge for their Aeon guards. So you don't know what they're capable of, and if what Kaz says is true, he doesn't really like them or remember what they've done. Then it's anyone's guess.
Yeah,
I think during this time, Win will also kind of refuel his sensor because he only had 2 battles left with his last refuel, so he
just pull out a giant red jug and start filling the sphere back up.
Glug, 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 glug.
Awesome. Yeah, no, that natural 20 took it out of the sensor. Just all the fuel left in it just kind of went plomp. Excellent. So it's, like I said, pretty uninterrupted sleep when you're not on watch, and as light creeps back onto this side of Nakondis, the mist kind of just rolls back in with the daylight. It kind of thins out when it gets colder here. But we're back into low visibility conditions, and you guys can make your way back to Madelon's Landing if you'd like. What's next on the agenda?
Weren't we going to go and talk to Ibretta about what we found in the cemetery, the strange tombstone?
I think so.
Or whatever it was, monument thing that we saw in the cemetery?
Well, yeah. So, there was a monument that was dedicated to the survivors of the Dalesko Settlement. And I think we couldn't recognize what that referred to. So I think we were going to ask Ibretta about it.
Mm-hmm.
We also still have those beasts that the Aslanti have trapped in the middle of town to try to release if we can, to see if we can either use it as a distraction or just whatever we want to do with that.
Yeah. So heading back to Ibretta's early that morning, you guys can sneak your way into like the back entrance that she has shown you, which there's like a loose kind of wall section that you can just move aside, and Wynn doesn't have to squeeze in the front door, and it's very unlikely anyone sees you on the back side of her home. And when we come on in, she pulls a laser pistol on you at first, but then sees who you are and puts it down and says, "Whew, you all scared me." She is looking freshly cleaned, showered. She's got her hair up in a towel and has some fresh, clean clothes on, and says, Gariah Lee told me what happened yesterday. You all got the moisture collector back online. Feels good. Take a shower. I had grease and nooks and crannies I prefer not to talk about in mixed company.
So glad you decided to share. Thank you. Oh, good. I'm going to go wash my eyes and ears out. I'll be back.
Okay.
How'd you get grease in there?
It wasn't just my eyes and my ears, little goblin.
Oh, no.
Worse.
Yeah, so she seems to be here alone. Jellik's nowhere to be seen.
Is that normal? People, do people kind of go out for business in this settlement, or is it weird that he's out?
Well, I mean, they're divorced.
Yeah, I mean, you can talk to her
right.
about it if you like, but yeah, he was here last time still, kind of getting over his wounds, his multiple wounds, so...
Yeah, okay. I'd forgotten that they were divorced.
Yeah, so what do you guys want to talk about?
I kind of want to ask about Jellik. So,
Yeah.
Bretta, where's our old buddy Jellik these days?
Oh, well, he was feeling better, so he doesn't stay here under this roof. He's taking up another house elsewhere in the settlement. He and I haven't been on good terms since the split. So, yeah, I don't know. It was about a year ago, so we decided to move out here to the colony for a new life, fresh start. But, well, as soon as we landed, we got up to our old habits and quarreled more than we spoke plainly to one another. He was never really good at shutting up, and I was never really good at sharing my thoughts. So, yeah, we split, and he went to stay with Tullen Broader in his house, and I stayed here. And when Tullen Broader got killed in the invasion that first night, and now he's just standing there by himself.
Speaking of invasions, do you know anything about this monument? What did it say on it? I don't remember.
It was, yes. Oh my God.
Nikithi remembers. He'll tell you all about it.
Nikithi, what's wrong? Your voice sounds so weird.
Yes, it is. It is very. I don't know what's happened. It's what happens when you don't talk as your character for like 2 weeks, guys.
Okay, all right, just take
It's been one.
take a chill pill and start whatever.
In the cemetery, we came across a monument that was dedicated to survivors of the Dalesko Settlement. Do you know anything about it?
Oh yeah, no, Dalesko. It was about a month or so after we got here to Nacondas, and Malon's was going great. Everything here was wonderful, but there were a few people that wanted to they had it on their head to start a second settlement a few miles away and not be drawing on all the same resources and be able to trade with one another. And well, anyway, they went out there to what they call Dalesko under Tania Helsadar. She's a pretty experienced woman. She's settled a few alien worlds before. And they gave her a tilling drone and a couple modules, and yeah, she and a whole bunch of people went out there. And then one morning, Jellik went out there to investigate. We hadn't heard from them in a few days, and we found their houses, found their units, and well, they were just completely abandoned. Didn't see no signs of struggle. All their equipment, their weapons, their tools were still hanging up. Crops had begun to sprout, and well, there's this pale single flower, this yellow flower, this huge stem. It's growing in the middle of those fields, but we didn't find single hide nor hair of those folk. Just up and vanished. And we sent out search parties for a few weeks after that, and couldn't find what had happened to them. We chalked it up to they must have passed on. Something must have got them out there in Dalesko. We raised that stone plinth there in the cemetery to remember them by. But I couldn't tell you. I wasn't there. Didn't really see the colony myself. But it was a shame. That and some of the accidents that happened were the worst things that happened here on Nacondas until the Aslanti.
I understand. I understand. How far away was the Dalesko settlement from here?
It's a few miles. It's another, like one of the larger clearings around a rocky formation. But it's kind of to the southeast, whereas this one is, Madelon was directly south of the Blue Tin Range that you guys landed at.
So how long before the Aslanti came up here did this happen? Or yeah, how long ago was this?
That was several months back. I guess at the turn of the year. So like 7 months before the Aslanti showed up. We've been here a little under a year, but you'd think time would heal the wounds, but not finding what happened to him has definitely put a hurting on some people that were close to him.
I would be very interested to investigate this settlement. This pale flower you mentioned has greatly piqued my interest.
I mean, I'd appreciate it and all, but we kind of have more pressing matters at hand with the Aslanti here. If we lose you all to some long dead investigation, I worried what would happen in your absence.
I agree. I feel the Aslanti is the greater threat, and it is the threat in front of our faces.
Maybe in some kind of bonus episode, I don't know, down the line, can investigate that, and your GM could make up some homebrew stuff. We'll see what happens out there in Dalesko, but till then.
Oh.
But please don't do it right now.
There's nothing in the AP about what happened. So
Patrick, don't you dangle those tantalizing nuggets in front of us.
I'm sorry.
Magic flower in a field. I don't know what it is.
I know. I was like,
Killing a bioengineer.
let's go then.
Right, yeah. I will dip that in some honey mustard and eat it up, Patrick.
Yeah, I mean, I was like, oh, we might be able to find some sort of like weapon or something that can help us take out the Aslanti.
Such a tease.
I think it was just like a Roanoke thing that they put in the AP. Yeah,
It's cool. It sounds interesting. It sounds
Cool.
we'll figure it out. Anyway.
Let's go.
All right, Aslanti though. Aslanti. There is Aslanti here, so.
Yeah. So, speaking of that, thank you so much for getting that moisture collector back online. You all look pretty worse for wear. You getting some more fights?
Well, hopefully we'll be able to. Our next gambit will help us distract the Aslantes, and then when they're out chasing monsters, we will. I guess we're going to go inside the barracks.
Oh my. All right. Well, yeah, the only thing left on my list since we talked a few days ago was letting those hobgars loose in the center of town.
Yes.
They're sure to cause all kinds of problems. They get into electrical equipment and just kind of chew up wires and zap them with their little blasts. So yeah, is that something you're looking to get done today?
Come on, fellas, let's go free some monkeys.
Let's rephrase that.
Just
What?
call me Alf.
Is that dirty or something? I don't get it.
No, I don't. I think it's
No, free the monkey. Let's do it.
Free the monkey.
Yeah, let's go.
What does that mean?
I have no idea.
Does that mean something? I'm so confused.
No, but that is now a Starfinder phrase. # free the monkey. Free those monkeys.
With a Hobgar Liberation Front. Let's go get them.
Is that what you guys are looking to do right now?
The Hobgar Liberation Front.
Yeah.
So
So some Discord. Maybe they'll shut off the power to the barracks, and we'll sneak in through a window or something.
Yeah, so one of the things I was thinking of, or just a thought I had, is that if I guess it kind of depends on what kind of lock is on the cages or the trap. But if it would be fantastic if our resident witch warper could, if Bumfuzzle was able to, disable the lock, if then from a hidden place in the distance we were able to, open it up so they'd just immediately, come out and attack us.
Barring that, could we just shoot it like they do in every TV show and movie to open a lock, which I don't think works in real life, but works in every bit of media about it?
Yeah, but psychokinetic hand is silent. Let's try that method first, if possible.
Right. I'm just gonna shoot this hunting rifle at it. Pow, 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 pow. Nobody listen to my gun. Pow, pow, pow.
Do we need to do anything in the mayor's house with the big satellite dish before we go in there, or do you think that's something we do in a cleanup operation?
He didn't have a satellite dish, so I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, I thought never mind. It's not the mayor's house is the L-shaped house. Forgive me. The house in the center of town with the satellite dish on it.
Oh, that got destroyed in the initial invasion. That's part of their communications gear.
Oh, never mind.
Right, so it's pretty early morning here, and you guys can take your time heading over to the east side of Madelon's Landing. And yeah, as you get around a few single-story buildings, you see rising above it from the mist a thick metal pole 30 feet above the colony, just where the mists begin to kind of clear out and then form again into a low-hanging cloud. So, but yeah, even from far away, you can hear and maybe barely see looks like movement inside this large. It's almost a 10 by 10 foot cage. And yeah, you see there's like a wire mesh on the outside of it and kind of crackles and hums with the electricity as these hobgars are just bouncing off the walls in there. Lots of hoots and whits in distress.
Do we know what hobgars eat?
Well, you've seen the clearing where you initially fought them. It seemed like they, took on like these little small weevil creatures. Mm-hmm. So I imagine they're cat-like in a way. So they'll eat meat, they'll eat fruits, they'll eat just about anything that's out there in the woods.
Fairly omnivorous.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I'm thinking if we can just toss some food in there, maybe they won't eat whoever goes up there.
And not to be too nitpicky, but I think cats are carnivores, so I think you mean more dog-like in that they're omnivores.
Well, I guess I meant more monkey. Like a monkey will eat just about anything, but these are cat-sized creatures. Mm-hmm.
Like house cat sized?
Yeah, they're like 20, 30 pounds. You've seen like the big ones that kind of came up against you were like 40 pounds.
So like little like lemurs or something?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll pull like a few pieces of like bologna out of my pocket, and so.
Did you just have space bologna?
I mean, yeah. I mean, it's non-perishable, right? Like bologna is.
Did you bring enough for everyone, Bumfuzzle?
Of course I did, and I hand out my weird slimy bologna to everyone in the group. I say, "There's enough for all." Hum, nom, 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 nom.
Everyone, make a fortitude check if you eat that bologna.
I'm gonna eat the bologna.
Oh, you got space worms.
Cass feels honor bound because of his tempered pilgrim that he feels like this might be a space goblin custom that he is now learning.
Yes.
And I've rolled a natural 20 on for it.
Oh yes, good. Waste those 20s as we go into skill and some difficulty ahead of you. So it's 30 foot up, and you see on this pole on each side there are these little pegs that kind of stick out of it, like what you would see on a telephone pole. So it makes it a little bit easier, but it is a climb. It requires an athletics check. Who wants to climb up there?
I can't use psychokinetic hand.
From where you are, no. But if you even climb up 10 or 20 feet, it seems like it will require some finagling beyond like lifting a latch. It looks like it's locked.
Okay.
I think Win is a natural climber. He has a climb speed of 20.
But will you be able to open the lock once you reach the summit?
Sure. I think so.
Oh gosh, you're gonna make the cage fall down. You're too big.
Bumfuzzle, climb on Win's back.
just hanging on to my good buddy Win.
You said acrobatics check?
Do you both want to go up there?
Yeah, he can hop on my back.
Yeah, I don't weigh that much.
Yeah, he can hop on my back.
If it'll hold a bear, then it'll hold me. Does it look like it'll hold a bear?
Is it possible that I might just kill every single one of these creatures?
Right. And also pull the trap down on top of our party?
So you get up a few rungs, and you are definitely shaking that pole for all it's worth, and you hear, whit, 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 as the monkeys are agitated, but for sure it seems like you will be able to climb up that. No athletics check needed. Do you have a climb speed? That's right.
Yeah, I think I have a 20-foot climb speed.
Yeah, so it only takes you a few seconds here, whoop, 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 up that pole, and as you're getting up there,
Spider Bear!
You see a few of these hobgars just kind of sticking their heads out of these little holes in the side of the cage, and obviously they're going to take pop shots at you as you come. The little electricity zaps.
They miss.
Get about 10 feet up there. No, yeah, you can feel their eyes on you. But we have 2 targets. We got a couple, so let's see who's getting attacked.
Can I just try to intimidate them and roar at them?
You can
get them to back off,
but you're getting shocked first.
No.
Sure. Oh, 18 on the dice. zap, as one of them does get off its little electricity blast. Miles, oh boy, are you ready for this? 1 point of electricity.
1 point too many.
Yes, and you can get to the top of the pole, and you kind of have a defilade from where you are underneath it now. They can't shoot at you, and you can barely get a shot off at them, but you are able to see what looks like a latch here, and you can secure yourself. And Bumfuzzle, if you want to just stand on Win, kind of balance yourself, we'll make an acrobatics check. If you want to just hold on to him with one hand.
So we basically look like a circus act right now, because I'm balancing on this thing and he's balancing on me.
You have two options. You can do that, or you can use one hand and you get a little negative to a computer's check to
I want to do the more fun one.
Looks like an electric lock. Okay, well, this is Bumfuzzle, so you're basically a table. Jibber, what do you?
I'll do acrobatics. I'll do acrobatics to try to balance it and use two hands.
I can't wait for the fan art of this.
Well, I really wish we'd brought Nikiti up here instead.
Nikiti's looking at it from the bottom. He goes, and he says to Kaz and to Talar, he's like, "There is no way I would go up there."
So you're able to balance on like an ear and a shoulder of the giant blue bear, Bumfuzzle, and it's a simple like digital padlock. You just have to cross a couple wires. A very simple computer's check to bust into this.
All right, here we go. Well, I mean, I'm not trained in computers.
You can't still make it.
Let me get on your shoulders.
No, it's a DC 10, so you can still possibly make it.
All right, here we go.
Oh no!
11, yes! Yeah. 8 on the dice, but you gotta. You're such a smart little goblin. You basically just pull in wires out and get the code locked in, and you can open it immediately. Or you can set it to open on a timer.
A timer would be the best move.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna do one of these tricks where I pull a piece of gum out of my mouth and I stick the wire up so that as it sort of breaks loose from the gum, the two important wires will come down and touch each other, and then it'll trip it off. But I figure we got at least 45 seconds.
Bum bum bana bum bum bana. So you're able to clamber down the pole here. Do you guys want to stick around? Yeah, you're gonna see what they do.
I say we back off and see what they do.
Yeah, I want to see what they do from a distance.
Yeah, from a nice safe distance, like over there at that tree line.
Okay. Well, we're trying to cause a ruckus so that we can sneak into the barracks, correct?
If you want to actually see what they do, you'd have to stay within 30 feet or so of the pole. Do you guys want to just run away?
Could we hear what they do?
Yeah, I'm way too curious. I have to know what they're gonna do. You guys are free to run off, but I'm hiding behind a bush or something.
I guess it's time to split the party.
Yeah, place yourselves around this map, which is just a clearing underneath the bluff of the rocks. So that's a no-go here. That's a rock face.
I can climb it.
All right. Well, do you want to climb up the glimmer rock? Because that is an option. Excellent. So after about 45 seconds or so, you hear a beep, beep, beep through the mist, and you see well over maybe a couple bakers, dozens hobgars just jumping down, scampering down the pole, jumping the full 30 feet, climbing across wires over town, and they let out their hoot and whit call across the city as you see this. A huge swath of them kind of moves down southwest towards the garrison, but you know for a fact that a few of them drop down low near where you all are. These are pretty rabid looking ones. They look hungry. They start baring their teeth at you. We're in initiative turn order.
Boy, I'm so happy.
Who saw this coming?
Everybody.
Yeah, everybody. It's Hobgar attack time.
So I have a question. What is the light level right now?
It is full light 'cause it is midday, early morning, that kind of thing.
I wouldn't waste a spell on these guys.
Well, I don't even know how much time we should waste. We are literally like 250 feet from the barracks. I don't think we should fire guns. That would be my suggestion.
Alrighty, first up in our initiative turn order is Bumfuzzle.
Yeah. Let's see here. So I'm going to pull out my my slice of bologna and I wave it around over my head enticingly, and then I toss it. I throw it like a frisbee at the hobgars. But it's Robo Bologna.
Robo Bologna seems to do the trick. They are very distracted as to what this engineering bologna is made of.
I engineered this bologna myself.
And please be sure to participate in our April fan challenge too.
Please do, because I'm starting to run dry, everybody.
Well, you have a day to get those in. All right, so get them in quick.
All right, yeah. So I'm gonna move up on this guy, and I'm gonna try to. I'm not trying to murder a monkey like this. I am trying to inflict enough damage that maybe they'll run away. Let's say.
Okay, so you can't run away if you do murder them. That is for sure.
That is true. That would be a 16 versus KAC.
That's hit.
Yeah. Only 3 points of damage though.
Yeah. Excellent. Let's see here. So it's thinking about running away. It's thinking about it. It's also thinking about biting your face off. At. So before that happens, let's go to Nikithi next on the chart. Check out Tyler.
Nikithi's got a hold.
Okay. Why?
He's gonna wait till after winning Kaz go.
All the melee people get into combat and block the shots. Okay.
No, I guess if there was one thing Nikithi would do, he would say, to not shoot, to try and be as quiet as we can since we are so close to the barracks.
Well, you also did see like 20 other hobgars running off in all directions, so you're pretty sure there might be some other shots filling the air fairly shortly. But I understand completely. Let's go next to the hobgar's turn. Just gonna run into everyone and start biting people. Let's get a couple on Bumfuzzle. They want to. Actually, this one's going to stay back. I'm just going to shoot at Bumfuzzle with its electricity ray. And this is against EAC. What is your EAC, your energy armor class?
That is a 15.
I've rolled a 15, which means zapping you again for. These guys are a little hungry for battle. Still just 1 point of electricity. Not that hungry. It does seem like they've only been fighting one another for weeks up there in that trap. Mm-hmm.
Does this one that has moved into Kaz and Wynn's area trigger attacks of opportunity?
No, you have to move, through or from a threatened square, and it moves straight up to you guys. I was like, hey, I'm going to bite one of you on the face. Let's do that now. We've got a couple more bites to come. Who's he going to bite, though? Big Bear or the small Kaz? The small Kaz. Okay, so he has a taste for human flesh, perhaps, from being around this colony. D20, KAC attack. Roll a 4 on the dice, so that is going to miss. Let's try this one that Bumfuzzle has attacked. It's going to try and attack the goblin back. Bite attack. And your KAC, I imagine, is higher than your EAC.
Yeah, 16. Yeah.
Okay, so that's a miss too. I rolled a 9 on the dice. Let's go to Idis and Talara standing right next to one another. Who is going to get bit? Of course, Talara.
Aww.
Going right for the tiefling, and a 15 on the dice will be a hit. Mm-hmm. A little more damage from these guys. This bite, ravaging bite for 5 points of slashing and bludgeoning damage. Locks onto like one of your arms and sinks its teeth in. And it's your turn, Talara, now for payback.
Sorry, that was just like melee, right? It wasn't electricity. Okay.
Correct. Yeah, that was its bite attack.
All right. Ow. Let's see. I'm not sure what to do. Okay, I am going to use dancing lights and bring up. You said they were cat-like, right? So I'm gonna use them like laser pointers and see if they'll like go and attack those instead of us.
Definitely won't. Oh.
Someday it's gonna work. It's gonna work someday.
Outstanding move.
Oh boy.
This is fantastic. This is the logic.
There are 4 dancing lights, so 1 for each of them.
Okay, so you're shining a light in their face, and
We're now a beacon of light.
Doesn't seem to have too much effect on them, but it does seem like they're very interested in all of your guys' gear, your tech that you're wearing, whether it be the energy being emitted from your spacesuits or your laser pistols. They seem kind of honed in on that.
I am also going to take a guarded step back next to Kaz.
Alrighty, and that brings us to Win next in the turn order.
All right, so Win is just going to scooch right here and attack the little guy that's just bit his buddy Kaz.
Okay.
Junk sensor.
Yeah, it's trying to get through Kaz's armor. Did not succeed.
As a 12.
12 against KAC is a hit.
All right, for 6 points of damage.
And that little bugger goes up in flames. It's dead. Oh, ouch. Junk sensor. Excellent.
Whack-a-mole.
Kaz, you are at the bottom of the turn order, but not for long. You're first in the hearts and minds of this crew. What do you want to do, Drew?
Kaz is going to take a guarded step just to the southwest to come up against this Hobgar that attacked Talara.
It's basically like you're castling with Talara.
Yeah.
Taking her spot as she moves backwards.
And he is going to Entropic Strike. That is an 8 to hit.
Ooh, 4 on the dice is not going to do it. This little guy jumps out of the way and now has a new target for his bite attack next turn. Maybe if he lives that long, because Nakithi, you have saved your action. You're at the bottom now that everyone's moved. What do you want to do?
Itis is going to provoke an attack of opportunity by moving behind and getting into flanking position with Kaz.
Oh, sounds good to me. This little guy's going to just bite your Duran's face off. Let's do it. Oh, no. 6 on the dice. That is a miss.
Okay. And then Itis will go ahead and try to return the favor, but with a nasty claw.
Ooh, don't see a lot of melee combat from Itis.
Yeah, she does. Ooh, that's going to be a 13?
13 with the flanking is a hit.
Yes.
Nice. Thank you, Kaz. 4 points of slashing damage.
Ouch. Yeah, so this little guy is looking pretty hurt as well. And let's see here. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Got a couple of them that are hurt and 1 dead. That is turn 1. Let's go back to the top of turn 2 with Bumfuzzle.
All right. So, noticing that this guy's taken a particular interest in my technological items, I reach into my back pocket and I pull out a broken
Tamagotchi.
Yeah. Like a broken old pineapple U-phone, and I throw it on the ground.
What?
I turn it on and I throw it on the ground. It's a pineapple U-phone.
I get it.
It is distinct and not suable by any large corporations.
Excellent. So I'm guessing that is your trick attack.
Yeah, that's gonna be my trick attack, to turn on a phone.
Can you do it?
Yeah, I remembered to charge it up.
Yes, you did it. Well, even if it wasn't, the monkey's just looking at it like, what is that? Hobgar is very confused.
And I'm gonna run around to the back of this guy.
Oh boy!
And then I'm gonna try to chase him off the other direction. Say yeah.
Well, do you want to do a non-lethal attack? This guy's already taken a little slash from you.
No, I'm gonna make an example so his buddy knows what's up.
Oh gosh.
That's a 14 on the attack.
Against KAC, that is a hit.
All right, and that's gonna be 5 points of damage.
Oh, he's made an example of. He goes down.
I look back at the other one and I hold up another like jangly, shiny object, and I hold up my knife and I say, ah! I'm trying to create a negative association between the two things.
Well, indeed, this one I'm sure would have run from that frightening display if you hadn't killed him. But we're on to the Hobgar's turn, and Idis and Kaz can make an attack of opportunity if you want. This one is indeed fleeing away from you two.
Yeah, I'll make an attack of opportunity.
All right, taking them off. We're going for a 100% kill rate here.
That's an 8 to hit. That ain't gonna do it.
Four on the dice, not gonna do it. Oh, but what did Idis get, Tyler?
This wouldn't include the flank, right?
Yes, it would, because that's the square that they're moving out of. This
Okay, then it would be a 15 against KAC.
That is a hit.
But I didn't roll too good on the damage. I got 4 damage.
They have next to no hit points, so that one goes down.
Yeah.
And we're down to a 1 Hobgar. 1 Hobgar who saw his betrothed murdered by a small goblin.
No. Oh, no. How tragic.
Is going to make a double attack versus Bumfuzzle, just letting off a huge electricity blast. Oh. 18 on the first, 2 on the second. I don't think we need to talk about that second attack. And max damage though. 4 points of electricity damage as it just lets out an unearthly scream. That's Talara, we're back to you. The field has thinned a bit here.
All right, so is there fog here, or can I see that Hobgar from 40 feet away?
I think you will need to move a little bit closer. Yes.
I don't have my pistol out. All right, I guess I'll move and pull my pistol out and do nothing.
I mean, you could have had it out before the cage was opened. You had 8 rounds before that happened?
Yeah, I didn't say it though. Like, does that matter? I mean, can we retroactively have her pistol out at all times?
You guys know you're going into a dangerous situation. I can assume that you might take some precautions.
All right. Well, in that case, I'll take a shot with my pistol now that I have moved closer. Well, actually, I'm going to move so that Bumfuzzle's not in my way.
Gotcha. Moving dangerously close to this thing. Dangerously close. All right. Ranged attack time.
That's an 11.
Against EAC, though, correct?
Yes.
That is a hit.
Oh, I'm surprised. And that does 1 damage.
Oh, boy. So you score this thing's fur. It is still up, but looks hurt. Looks very hurt from your attack. Didn't see you come out of the mist. So now it's got 2 targets, a Bumfuzzle and a Talara. Maybe 3 in a second here, though, because it is Wynn's turn. Miles.
Yep. So Wynn's going to scooch on down and try to give him a little love tap.
A sensor love tap?
Yeah, just a little pet. That is 11.
Against KAC is a miss, sadly.
All right, then it's a 13.
So close, so far, so sad. Kaz, Drew, on to you.
Kaz is going to have to double move to do that. And
running through Bumfuzzle, running past.
Yeah. Yeah, he's going to move all the way this side of the Hobgar.
Okay, that would provoke an attack of opportunity from this thing. Is that what you want to happen?
Bring it on.
Oh, gross. Okay. So it's going to try and bite you as you move around them. Your KAC is 16, is that correct?
Yes.
All right, I've rolled a 12. That is a miss. And Nikithi, bottom of the turn order. Back to you, Tyler.
Nikithi thinks that Wynn and Kaz seem to have it handled, so he's gonna call Idis back to him and congratulate her on her prowess.
Gotta kill Idis. That one's all you. Yeah. That brings us to turn 3, Bumfuzzle.
All right. Let's see here. Well, I'm gonna move in, but the whole point of this thing was not to kill Hobgars. It was to get Hobgars to go and run around and cause a ruckus. So now that this guy is good and mad, I'm gonna try to do a repositioning push. I'm gonna try to push him around and try to push him away. Just get out of here. Go on, get.
You want to do a CM B maneuver and reposition?
Yeah. Yes.
Oh, this is exciting. Okay, so let's try that. Let's see what the dice say.
Let's see here. Oh, that's a 13. But I'm up 15 flanking.
That is not enough.
Not enough.
Little guys can't see. You're pushing this monkey, this Hobgar away, and it's like, no! But in a greater way, it sees what you're trying to do. You see forgiveness in its face, as it does indeed try and run past you all. Kaz and Win, Bumfuzzle. You can make an attack of opportunity if you want, but this little guy is running.
That's a 13.
That's a hit. This thing is way dead.
Why did you kill it? Why did you kill the Hobgar?
Because Miles is a sociopath. That's why.
I love it. Not a Talara reaction.
Jabert spends all of his combat turns trying to explain how he wants just to get these monkeys out of here, and then Miles just kills that monkey in cold blood.
But hey, let's take a look at the kill leaderboard, and I think Win is almost up at this point. He's collecting.
Win? Heck yeah, Win is in the lead with the kills.
No one escaped this uplifted bear.
Oh my gosh,
we are out of combat, but yeah, indeed, just a few seconds later, you do hear some shots from like all over Madelon's landing, and you hear maybe electricity arcing and bouncing off the metal buildings in like the general area. What do you guys want to do?
Let us make
I
our
think
way.
it's time. Sorry, go ahead.
Let us make our way to the barracks. Perchance there is some sort of self-destruct mechanism or launch mechanism that will get this cursed tower off of this planet.
Yeah, I wouldn't count on it, but it's worth a shot.
Yeah, also we might be able to find Sedona. That'd be great, wouldn't it?
Regardless of what is happening, we should make our way to the barracks.
Nikithi comes up to Kaz and says,
I do like your enthusiasm for explosions, though. It makes me happy.
Right, so you guys begin moving around the side of this huge building, and you hear someone running in your direction through the mist, and before you can even raise your weapons, you see what looks like the out of breath and perhaps hurt form of Iberetta. She's kind of holding her side. You see what looks like electrical burn across her cheek. She's indeed out of breath, kind of. It says, yeah, he's done it this time. They've got him. They picked up Jellik. The Aslanti mean to kill him. Said he was trying to break into the garrison.
Where is he? Where do they have him?
They said they were going to execute him and Welda Arquin in the town square to the southeast. You got to stop them, please.
We're on our way.
I live in that bathtub.
Welda Arquin's right. Callback. Yeah, so she says they're rounding up people to watch the killing. You don't have much time. I know he ain't mine no more, but I couldn't stand to see the damn fool die. Please. Yeah, you guys can move in through the fog. It's not too far away, and you do hear and see maybe a dozen or so colonists.
It's not 10 minutes away, is it?
Oh, definitely. Okay. Definitely not. Right, so you guys close in through the fog, and you see a dozen or so colonists look like milling about some lampposts here, and see two heavily armored Aslanti, one holding a tacklash menacingly, and strung up by the wrists on these two lampposts. You see the bloody and beaten forms of Jellik Folson and Weldus Arquin. Their noses bashed in, and the Aslanti is given a broken common speech as you move through, and says, "None of you move from your houses without our say-so. These two were trying to escape or sabotage our garrison. You see the price they pay for this action, but they must pay the ultimate price for their crimes." He takes out a tactical knife and guts Jellik like a fish, putting his stomach up in what is going to be a fatal wound if not treated. We are in initiative turn order. Let's get to it, everybody. Roll those dice.
Yay. I'm behind the meat shields.
no!
Hey, I'm behind all the meat shields.
No!
rolling pretty well, Tyler, for a slow Nikithi.
I know. Why? Is there like a unimproved initiative I can take?
Slow initiative.
Yeah.
It's called Slow and Steady, -4 to initiative.
Alrighty, that is what happens. You guys can barely see from where you are. I think at this point, with this many people, some of the mist has cleared out here, so we have a little further range in this part of town. Talara, you are up first. What would you like to do?
I think it's time that we brought out the demon.
Oh boy.
You don't stab a friend of Talara like that and not expect to have to deal with the outcome of that. Yeah, consequences. Thank you. It's like there's a word for this.
Demonic consequences.
Wait. Did Talara even like him? She
How
wanted
do
to
you know?
leave him in the woods, didn't she?
You don't know who Talara likes and doesn't like. Don't pretend to know Talara. Never mind.
I do know that, typically
I can hear those finger
leave
snaps.
someone to die in the woods if you like them.
It looks like with Jellik gutted, this one here next to him is about to turn on the teen Weldis Arquin. You are summoning, which brings us to next on the turn order, Nikithi.
Oh no. We gotta break this up. We gotta get their attention. Knowing that, oh boy, let's see. So Idis is 55 feet away. Are all these people are in the way though?
There's a lot of colonists just kind of milling about here, just looking on in horror as this execution is taking place before them. You can move through. You can charge through their spaces because they will, just jump out of the way if they see a Akata drone coming for them.
Yeah. So Nikithi is going to have Idis just run into the crowd, basically, and just make a bunch of bobbing around and looking very intimidating and threatening, trying to get them to clear out. And he will even shout, get out of the way! And then Idis will aim all of her tentacles at the Aslanti soldier who is threatening Weldis and take a shot.
Okay, they'll still be in the way, but they're starting to part as you shout. Go ahead and make that attack roll.
Oh, come on, Idis. Give me a good one. Ooh, that's a bad one. That's a real bad one. That's a miss.
6 on the dice is indeed a miss. So the townspeople in the center here kind of clear a path for you all. Next in the turn order is Kaz.
Kaz, in order to get into this mix, is going to have to double move. And he is going to move right up here.
Ooh, running up to the southernmost Aslanti.
Yep, this is going to be such a good idea.
You guys haven't seen this art. Let me show you what these guys... This one is standing there holding a tacklash, which is a pretty wicked-looking whip-like item. Righty. He sees you coming and looks surprised. I'll say that. He's not able to get off an attack of opportunity on you. But that is your turn, which brings us to Win.
And he's gonna hop up here. And
where are you moving?
Right in front of the first soldier with the whip that Kaz just moved.
Oh, buddy system here. Always take your giant bear buddy.
And he is going to try to bonk him with the junk sensor.
Oh, yikes!
Conk.
That's a 19, so that's a 21 to hit.
Ouch! Yes, that is indeed a hit. What you got for damage?
Only 3 points damage.
Minimum damage, but yeah, still he still seems pretty surprised to see a human running up to challenge him, but then right behind him a giant bear. All right, and next, not last in the turn order, but last of the team in the turn order, Bumfuzzle. When's the last time you've been last in the turn?
I know, seriously. So Bumfuzzle is going to pull out a improvised chaff grenade, and as he's running forward, he's going to throw it sort of like, at the right at the face of the one that just attacked Jellik, and try to like sort of like briefly short out the visual sensors on his helmet. Yeah, let's see if I designed this thing right. Yeah. Oh, yes, I did. A 35 on that, Jack. Yeah, you're
Natural 20.
You're real confused and all that.
How many natural 20s have you rolled on the engineering check?
I know, seriously. Like,
Keep track of those.
it's something like 6 or 7 of them. It's very.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
That's
Well,
a lot.
the longer you talk, I feel about what the trick attack does, the higher you roll. Playing that long game. All right, well, let's see if the attack.
Yeah.
He is flat-footed against you now.
All right. Oh, no. 11 versus flat-footed.
Ooh, that's a hit. Oh, yes!
Yeah.
That would be 4 points of fire damage.
Oh, ouch. Ouch, ouch, ouch. So yeah, with the trick attack damage, you score a pretty solid hit right in his chest. Whips around holding this knife, still wet with the blood of Jellik Folson, and sees you all. Oh, it's their turn, and it's time. He's going to. This one is going to move up onto Kaz. Actually, no, they're going to stay where they are. This one that both Win and Kaz are next to is going to guarded step back with that tag lash out. I think, let's see who he's going to attack. There's a couple of targets here, and even though Win attacked him, he's gonna hit maybe the easier to hit target. Kaz, tack lash coming at you.
How is Cass easier to hit than a giant bear?
I was wondering the same thing.
Well, you know, human. He's more used to fighting humans. 18 on the dice. That is a hit with the tack lash. And that is 7 points of slashing damage.
That hurts.
Yeah, you feel this thing just get in under your armor and just tearing at your flesh. It's got these wicked little barbs on them. And the other one is outside of range, is going to try and make, I think a couple shots. He's going to stand still, and with his, he's got what looks like a semi-auto pistol. His other hand is going to shoot at both Win and Kaz. Full attack. This is not going to go super well unless I roll high. Kaz first. That is a miss. I've rolled a 13 on the dice, and against the big old bear. Big old bear. Ooh, what's your KAC mod now? I'm pretty sure this is a miss too. I've rolled a 9 here.
Yeah, my KAC is 12.
Yeah, so he's panic firing like into the crowd. You see one of these bullets like wing one of the civilians behind you all. And that's turn 1. Turn 2, start of the turn. Talara got a new little friend here.
It's demon time, boys. And I'm going to put my little demon right between the two Aslanti guys in the hopes that Kaz and Win might want to flank with it during this round. So with this, can I do a full attack and bite twice? Like bite each of them once? For a -4?
You can, yeah. It has both a move and a standard action. It's got a full turn when it comes in, so.
Yeah, so I'm going to do that. This will probably go very poorly, but my demon is bloodthirsty. It just can't choose between them. So here's number 1.
Let's do this left one first. One in front of Kaz. Oh boy.
It's going to be 16 to attack.
That's a hit. Man.
Oh, yes!
Tiny
All right, so that does 4 damage.
Ouch. All right. Everyone's doing minimum damage here, but that is going to add up. I guarantee it. So I'll bite here and see if you bite the second one. Oh, jeez.
Natural 20! Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh!
Gross.
Yes!
That's amazing. That's amazing.
Oh my goodness! Oh, I'm so excited.
Boy. All right. Well, first of all, I'll get this deck out. Do you want to use the deck, or do you want to just get some regular double damage going?
Oh gosh.
This
What
guy
should I
is
do?
Deck.
This guy's been
deck.
hit once by the sensor.
All right, let me do the deck. We'll do the deck.
All right. First,
Hold on. Does it still take double damage, or is it?
it could. There are cards that say just regular damage, but they have like other effects. So
Okay.
We've got multiple great shout outs from Dragon Master superfan Chupra Akata. But this one I've been wanting to say for a while. This is from Maymay the dog, who says Maymay wants to make sure that you've had something to eat. Self-care is important. I imagine that's coming out of the demon's mouth. and like abyssal. Self-care is important. Thank you so much for supporting us on Patreon, getting your crits out there. And this is kinetic damage, correct? Like you're biting into them?
Yes.
I just want to say,
piercing.
There's been a crit in every episode of season 2 so far.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, sounds great to me. Someone's critting. I love pulling out these Patreon shout outs and for you guys using these cards. This is called Pierced Defenses. Bonus attack, the next attack against this target's KAC, if it is successful, is a critical hit.
What?
What? Yeah. And in addition to that, you do roll double damage. So
awesome. So that's going to do 12 damage, right?
Oh, yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Oh yeah, you rolled a 1. You rolled minimum on the first attack dice, but the second one near max.
Yeah.
So
that was on the guy on the right, correct?
Yes, and he's not doing too well. Talara bringing some big numbers this turn. Next is Nikithi.
All right. Well, I don't know how Nikithi's supposed to follow that up.
It's very simple. Also roll a natural 20.
Oh, okay. So the crit was that if the next person hits successfully, it is also a crit?
With
KAC. You can see this one is looking pretty weak. It looks like the demon has like torn off its armor.
And that's the one. Right. That's the one directly in front of Win. Okay. Nikithi is pretty confident in Win's ability to lay the ultimate RKO on that guy. So he's going to have Idis close the gap on the. She's going to double move to get around behind this other soldier with attack lash that's in front of Kaz. So she just kind of runs all the way around and goes around Jellik and tries to pin this combatant between Idis and Kaz.
This one on the left has out what looks like a survival knife and a pistol.
Oh, that's fine then.
Okay. And anything for Nikithi? You want to move as well?
Yeah, Nikithi will just move 5 feet up next to Talara.
You sense through Idis, the drone next to you, that Jellik is letting out a lot of blood. It looks like he is near death score.
In that case, if he sensed that, then he's going to try to move his amazing 25 feet. Mm-hmm. He's going to try and get up to Jellik and stop the bleeding. But
can't do it this turn. Next, Kaz. Your turn.
Kaz is going to take a guarded step to the northwest and attempt to hit this Aslanti with an entropic strike.
Ooh, flanking with the little demon.
So that is a natural 1.
Oh no!
But
hey,
I've got my reroll still.
Oh, you guys are saving them for these natural ones. Is that what you want to do, Drew, on this attack?
I believe that I must
throw
this away to avoid a natural 1 and to then reroll and get a natural 2. No, I'm just kidding. That will be an 11 to attack. That's going to be 13 with flanking.
13 against EAC, right?
Correct.
That's a hit.
For 6 damage.
Turning that around for sure.
That was big.
Yeah. I'm liking everyone using those rerolls before the level 2. I'm loving it. So if you're keeping track at home, everyone gets 1 per book, but both Bumfuzzle and Kaz are now out of luck. Excellent. That's your turn. Next, Win. This one's looking pretty dogged in front of you. Looks like you got a big demon bite.
Win's gonna pop up here. I believe it's flanking with a demon too.
You can move a little bit to your right, and yes, you'll be flanking there. So you're like on top of Welda's Arquin, who's like, get him, Win.
Roll. So that's a 20 plus. Was it 1 for flanking?
Yeah.
Yep, and that's a critical hit because the effect on this guy.
Yes! Yay!
Just 2 crits against this one soldier.
That's amazing.
That was a great card.
That was a great card.
Yeah, we're using the official deck here. Miles, I'm assuming you want to pull a card as well?
Sure. I would love to pull a card.
All right, let's see here.
Pick a card, any card.
Now, your junk sensor does both kinetic and energy damage. Pick one, and I'll give you the crit for it.
Let's go energy.
This is this is called.
Wait, don't you have to pick kinetic because that's what the crit was for the previous card?
Nope. It's his attack goes against KAC, but
never mind.
The sensor does both damage, both does fire and bludgeoning. But choosing energy, that means it's fire. Don't get the extreme cold bonus, but this crit effect is called Boom Headshots. So it is double damaged. It is staggered and cannot speak until it's healed. I don't think that's gonna matter. Roll me that double damage again, and we'll see what your total is here.
So just roll another
what, D6?
6.
So is that 11 in total?
Yeah.
All right, you brained this guy. He is dead. Turn 2
Nice,
down.
nice.
Oh boy, and that means we're back to Bumfuzzle.
Let's see. Well, I don't often do this, but it looks like my team has those guys mostly handled. I'm gonna go try to save Jellik's life.
Okay, can you get to him moving this turn?
Yeah, I've got a 35-foot move speed. So
okay, so you can get up to him, start either making a medicine check to try and stabilize him, or next turn you'll be able to pull out and stab him with a healing serum if that's something you have.
It isn't. I hope the medicine check goes well.
Okay.
I got the 10.
So you're like pushing his guts back into his abdomen. Like, oh, it's okay.
Putting some duct tape on there. Yeah.
This looks like he's in the right place.
What is the DC for stabilize?
I think it's a little more than that.
DC 15. Yeah.
Yeah. But you're getting it done. It'll take a little while to stitch him back up. But oh boy, yeah, he's looking pretty hurt. You don't see anything in his eyes. They're just kind of like barely open at this point. And it is on to this Aslante's turn. He is just surrounded by bad guys right now, including the cottage drone. Let's see who's waking this thing's ire. Mm-hmm. Oh, the giant bear that killed his best friend just now. It's this guy who gave the speech here, attacked Jellik, is going to guarded step up to win, and with the knife, just try to gut you too. A 16 on the dice is a hit, and with this survival knife, I'm going to roll a d4 for damage. Max damage, 9 points of damage.
Ouch.
Is the wind still up?
Yeah, well, oh no, I'm still up.
All right, boo. Turn 3, Talara, the most affectatious demon summon.
Yeah, seriously. She watches sadly as her demon fades out of existence.
It was like brownish black when it came in, but now it's just coated in red blood as home dimension.
Right. And I'm going to shoot my laser pistol at the remaining Aslante.
Ooh, you've got an unobstructed shot here. That's what happened.
Ooh, that's a 13.
That's a hit.
Oh, for 2 damage.
Against
that doubles my last damage with my laser.
Alrighty, and Nikithi, back to you.
Oh, crud. Nikithi has to double move to get up to Jellik, and that leaves Idis with only her limited AI, which she will use a standard action to try to shoot this fool.
Okay, yep, it moved out of range of the Akata drone, so free shot basically.
Gulch gun, fire attack, go!
Ooh.
That's a 17 on the dice for a 19.
Against EAC, is it just straight fire attack?
It's straight fire.
Ooh, yeah, that's a hit.
That's 7 points of damage.
And this Aslante's back just erupts in fire. You see him trying to pat himself out. He goes down to the ground screaming, we are out of combat, but maybe not out of danger. As you see Jellik coughing, maybe his last breath here. Kaz, we're on to you.
Can Kaz pull out a healing serum as he steps towards Jellik?
Yeah, if you've got one, you've got the ability to do that. Are you stabbing him?
I'm going to stab him with a healing serum. Let me make sure that I have that one. It's a Mark 1, which is, 2d8?
Mm-hmm. No, Mark 1 is 1d8.
I'm sorry. Apologies.
I wish. You wish.
That is 8 health points. Back to Jellik.
Max health.
Yeah, stabbing him just right in the chest, and you can see immediately the wounds start to stitch themselves up magically.
It's like Popeye eating spinach over here.
He was a couple seconds away from death at the end of the turn 3. We are out of combat, out of danger. Jellik looks up and like opens his eyes, sees you like there's 4 of you now standing around him. He's like, quick, cut me down, let's get out of here.
Yeah, I cut those ropes.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Weldis is suffocating under blue fur.
Wind just like sat down on Weldis.
Yeah, no, Weldis has climbed himself up on his manacles and is like on Wind's shoulder, just like, yeah, you got him. Abretta comes running up through the mist, still somewhat hurt herself, tired. There are tears rolling down her face, and she grabs Jellik as you cut him down and says, you damn fool. You stop trying to get yourself killed off, you hear? I'm sorry I ever sent you packing. If I knew you'd just throw your life away like this. I need you in my life, you big dummy. And Jellik looks up, his ex-wife, and says, well, it's nice to know someone cares.
Human relationships are confusing.
Yes, Jellik, we care.
Doesn't realize he's interrupting a moment.
You skip right between their faces.
Right.
They're like almost ready to make up and kiss, and you're like, yeah.
Right. I just pat them both on like the thigh. Like I sort of just like reach up, trying to pat them on the back, and I'm like I can reach the shoulder. So
from out of the fog come a bunch of seagulls and other assorted sea creatures, and they start singing, "Sha la 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 la, don't be scared."
So Talara catches herself smiling and then rolls her eyes, walks over to the grassy area, sits down for a 10-minute rest.
Right here, the center of town, where Atlantic was just
we might want to run.
Yeah,
I think we need to run.
No, I like Rebecca's plan.
Well, I mean, surely this like little reunion is taking like at least 10 minutes. So
no, it's like 30 seconds.
You guys, no. Garaya Lee comes up and she is holding a laser pistol at her side and is screaming at the civilians around there, gaping. Get out of here. We need to scatter. They're gonna come through here when they see what was done. She helps cut down Weldis Arquin's like, come with me, you all. And she says, oh, and one more thing, to be continued. We'll find out what's happening next time. Will you ever get a 10-minute rest? Probably not.
Doesn't seem it.
Bad things keep happening to you guys in this game, and it's great.
But Patrick, what about the XP gains?
Probably didn't even get anything. I don't even know why it's worth calculating. Oh, wait a minute. You guys leveled up.
Yeah!
I forgot all about that.
I have magic missile.
Oh no, we didn't talk about the Hobgar fight, but that was a couple of CR. I think put you at 25 XP away, and this is a little bit more at a sweet CR3 for the execution of Jellik Folsom. We'll get the math out, but you are past 1300, which means it's level 2 time, everybody.
Oh,
we made it!
Level 2. Ain't no stopping us now. Double HP.
Oh boy, that's exciting.
Stop.
I like starting episodes with a little catch up. Talk about what your guys get at level 2. Where are these characters going?
Oh, everything's gonna pop off now.
Thanks for reminding me. I would have forgotten about your XP totals completely.
I was looking at my show notes from 81, and I just happened to see our XP was at 1,175, and I was like,
"Oh, that's
pretty close."
Pretty nice.
Pretty nice.
Let's
aren't you guys glad that I made you hang around and watch the Hobgars escape?
Oh boy. Those 4 hobgars, no matter what, they're gonna hunt you down. You could be like a mile away in the jungle, and like you hear hoots and hit. That's it for this week's episode. We got a lot done. We'll be back next week at level 2 for season 2.
Woohoo!
Very excited about. Thank you guys for playing.
Thank you,
Thank
Patrick.
you.
All right, and we'll see ya next week, Crittermanders at level 2.
See you next week.
See you next
See ya.
Let's do level 2.